What's up? This is your boy D coming at y'all with another video. Now this video here I want to talk about Assassin's Creed Odyssey because really never had a chance to really talk about it. But I kind of felt like, Assassin's Creed Odyssey was clearly one of the best releases of 2018. Me personally, it was really like my top 4 as in best games of 2018. And for me, I kind of feel like the game isn't really being talked about as one of the best games. To me, it's kind of seeming like it's a little bit underrated right now. And you know what, I was just going to find this time, to kind of talk about Assassin's Creed Odyssey and, what a good of a game it really is. Now, of course, I purchased Assassin's Creed Odyssey the day of its release, which was October the 5th, 2018. And, before the game was released, I pretty much knew, Assassin's Creed Odyssey was going to be a unique game. It was going to be a great game. But it was one of those games like, I also knew there was going to be a lot of differences from previous Assassin's Creed games. Now, when it comes to the Assassin's Creed franchise, I've always been here and there with the Assassin's Creed franchise. And what I mean by that is that with the exception of Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Assassin's Creed 3, all other Assassin's Creed games, I've always took that wait and see approach. And so when Assassin's Creed Odyssey was announced and then I started seeing trailers and stuff like that and other YouTubers report on it, I was like, wow, this game was like, it was going to be something really different. So I was just like, I penciled it in, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I'm going to get this game because it was just something, a difference and uniqueness about it. Whether, some people really didn't like the difference with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I kind of feel like with Odyssey, the difference is great for the franchise and great for the overall game. And Assassin's Creed Odyssey, man, it's a really fun game. One of the differences between Odyssey and all the other games, Odyssey is a game that just keeps it going. It keeps the flow going, keeps the action going, and then the story, the whole mythology, style story. I'm really feeling that too. So, like I said before, it really stands out from the rest of the entire Assassin's Creed pack. Now, getting down to the gameplay, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, man, it's got some fun gameplay going. As a matter of fact, when you talk about the 2018 releases, I mean, it is right there with Red Dead 2 as far as just non-stop action as far as gameplay. You're always encountering something. You're always going to be involved in something, whether it's you're, finding a location or battling or what have you, or even story action. It's always going to be something there. There seems to be this, this biased criticism about Assassin's Creed Odyssey and a lot of Ubisoft games that there's nothing to do in them. I think that's complete bullcrap. It really is. This is a game right here. There is always something to do. There's always something to explore. It doesn't matter how, but it's just there, you know what I'm saying? There's always something to do with this game. Whichever way you turn, the gameplay has something for you. So whether it's you're fighting or exploring or, character lock or, collecting, the game has something for you. The game is always going to have something to do. That's another thing I like about Odyssey. There's not one time where there's going to be some 10-20 minute delay in gameplay where you're probably just going to have to sit and wait on something to happen. Nah, it's not like that in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is pretty much free flow, and it just keeps the action going, and that's what I like about the gameplay. And another thing I like about the gameplay too is that, of course, pretty much like all other Assassin's Creed games, is games like it, you're always leveling up, you're always getting, weapons, equipment, and then Assassin's Creed Odyssey, of course, is kind of like you unlock new special moves as you go along. Now, other games that were released this year don't really have that feature where you can unlock special moves and stuff like that. So, other than probably God of War, but Assassin's Creed Odyssey was one of the top games that just basically enhanced, your gameplay. It rewarded you for progressing into the game, and that's another thing why people are not talking about that. Like, Assassin's Creed Odyssey rewarded us. The game always rewarded us for something. It would reward you with a special move or a special weapon. It would reward you for good, decent gameplay. And if you kept playing, you was gonna get rewarded for it. So I like that about Odyssey's gameplay. Assassin's Creed Odyssey definitely got a good, nice, crafted style to it. And one of the things with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, as far as, the 2018 Game of the Year, I had it up there. I had it at least one of the top 3 or 4, as I stated before, because, man, the game, man, it's one of the best looking games of the generation, Notice I said one of the best looking games this generation. The game looked really good. I really liked the texturing of the game. Things such as the water and sunlight, it really came to life in this game. Ubisoft really worked really hard on this game. And another thing I like about the style of Assassin's Creed Odyssey is that, once you perform a mission, you always had the option to do another mission. Like, you could go ahead, start this mission, but if you came across a mission just by traveling to that mission, if that makes any sense, you can complete that mission and still continue on with the next mission. So it wasn't to where the game controlled you until you had to do a certain mission in order to go into another mission. Assassin's Creed Odyssey allowed you to do whatever mission came to your face. Whatever mission came in front of you, it allowed you to do it on top of the mission that you probably assigned for. So I like the style that the game had in that manner. And of course, as far as the characters that you use, of course I picked Alexio. And the reason why I picked Alexios is because it kind of seemed like Alexios was more showcased and more advertised. So, that's the reason why I picked him. Like Cassandra, probably, since there's no Assassin's Creed announcement in the year 2019, if I do a run back of the game, I would probably use Cassandra. But yeah, I used Alexios because it was almost like he was just more advertised before they even bought the game out. But yeah, the style for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, that's one thing I did like about it. It's like the game doesn't try to control you by saying, look, you gotta do this mission or you have to complete it a certain way. And once you perform a mission in Odyssey, it didn't matter how you do it, just as long as the mission got done. And that's what I liked about it. You could come across an enemy. If you needed to, you can just completely run from the entire location on that enemy and can still, wait till your life get back up or whatever, come back to it, mission will still be in the progress. So I did kind of like that about it. So because other games, let's just keep it a buck, other games such as Red Dead 2, if you leave the area, mission was over. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was not like that. It allowed you to continue the mission no matter what you're doing, no matter how much life you had left, and it didn't try to control you. So Odyssey had its own style in that manner. Now, as far as the game's story, I'm not going to talk about what happens in the story because I don't want to give out no spoilers because I'm not finished with the story myself. But what I want to say about the story is, like I said before, I like how the characters are crafted, and I like, the mythology approach of the story. We really haven't seen that in quite a while in gaming. I don't think if y'all seen that, let me know in the comment section, about, mythology like stories in gaming, because I've really never seen that. And if I have, it's been really a long time. I really can't think of another game outside of my head that has that, mythology approach when it comes to games in probably the last 10, 15, maybe 20 years, but I could be wrong. So I do like the mythology story approach that Odyssey has. And like I said before, the characters and what's going on in the story fit right in with the time zone of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. A lot of the characters, the way the personalities were, they were really crafted really well. Characters such as, of course, Alexios, Phoebe, and, Nicholas and all that stuff. And, the Spartans and all that kind of remind you kind of like of the Roman Empire or some stuff like that. So, I have fun with that in the story mode in that manner. But yeah, the story, what I can say about the story without giving out no spoilers is that I just like the crafty approach of the story, how they use the characters in the story and the time zone. I really like that about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So ever since Odyssey has been released, like every game is going to get its fair share of, criticism. Then there's going to be your appraisal. I kind of feel like Odyssey has gotten pretty a good appraisal, but I kind of feel like the criticism that the game has been getting, I've just been like, man, this is kind of some weird criticism. Really, what it is really just some Ubisoft criticism, which is ridiculous criticism because Ubisoft really don't do nothing wrong. But the biggest criticism was I hear people and a lot of other YouTubers say that Assassin's Creed Odyssey is not an Assassin's Creed game. And I'm sitting up here like, man, these people come up with the dumbest stuff to say. They come up with the dumbest stuff to say. If it says Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the title, guess what? It is Assassin's Creed, whether you like it or not. I mean, that's almost like saying we play the next whatever type of title, and even though it doesn't feel like it, it's not that. No, that is just completely stupid. It's Assassin's Creed on the title, so therefore it's Assassin's Creed. So that's like the dumbest criticism I've ever heard. And other than that, of course, since it's developed by Ubisoft, they always say, well, there's nothing to do in the game. Yeah, right. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I'm telling you right now, there is a lot to do in this game. And it's part of the reason why I haven't completed the overall story yet, because there's still, locations to find. There's still like just weapons to find, level up, special moves. There's a lot to do in this game. It is a big open world, man. There's a lot to do, a lot to discover, a lot of characters you can run into. There's a lot to do in this game. So, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, man, the criticism that the game get, it's just really baloney. Like I said before, it's just this, I don't know, I guess this is this dumb Ubisoft criticism that's going on around here. Now, I ain't saying I'm an Ubisoft fanboy, I just call it down the middle. The criticism that Ubisoft gets, straight baloney. Now, I haven't checked out any add-ons or any DLC that the game has so far. I know that there's some there, and the reason why I haven't done that is, well, of course, I haven't completed the original story. But like I said before, man, this world, man, that's in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, man, it's just a gang of shit to do. I'm like, what's the point of getting a DLC right now when you got all of this shit to do, all of these quests and all of that? But, the DLCs look pretty good. But like I said, I haven't touched none of it because I still want to conquer this original world that Odyssey has going on. So I've decided to do that first before I, put my hands on any of that DLC.
Started this all. They don't want you dead because of your family's wealth. You're only pretending to be a victim. I'd even guess the man you were supposed to marry was killed by the mercenary you hired.
I asked you to help me, not blame me.
And another thing I like about Assassin's Creed Odyssey is, of course, the sound. The game sounds great. I like the characters' voice acting. The voice acting fits right in that, mythology times. The voice actors hit it down right on the hammer, man. The game sounds really nice. The combat sounds really nice. The clashing of weapons, I kind of like what they got going on there. And the music, man, hey, the music is fire. I love the music, man. The music reminds me, it's like I was watching the old Odysseus movie. So, man, the sound is great in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, man. Ain't no game perfect, but Assassin's Creed Odyssey, hey, whether people like it or not, it's a masterpiece, man. When it comes to gameplay and sound, man, it's just right up there. Ain't too much, no other game is better right now. And I'm glad that Ubisoft, as of right now, decided not to release any Assassin's Creed game in 2019, because I kind of feel like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, it's one of those games, we can actually play for the next 3 to 4 years. The longevity is that good in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I didn't really get a chance to play Assassin's Creed Origins, but after playing Odyssey, this has to be the best Assassin's Creed yet. I know everybody got their opinions, but I'm thinking this has to be the #1 Assassin's Creed game. Because the reason I just said, this is a game, it just feels like we could just play this game for the next 3 to 4 years. So I'm glad Ubisoft, as of right now, hasn't gone on and released or made an announcement of a 2019 Assassin's Creed game, which is a good thing, because I kind of feel like, man, Odyssey, man, this game can go long running for the next couple of years. So, like I said, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like I said, it is a masterpiece. great looking game. Gameplay is awesome. The game sounds great, and you know, it's just the game is $1 million, and you know, it really is. And you know, like I said before, I'll just kind of feel like the game is being a little bit underrated. That's just how it feels to me. And when it comes to game of the year, I felt like it kind of got snubbed a little bit, far as, you know, just being mentioned, just being nominated. I mean, I don't even think the game was really even mentioned in the category. I felt that was kind of BS. I think it got snubbed in that matter. It was clearly one of the top 3 games of 2018. There's no doubt about it. So that was the point of this video. Just let people know Assassin's Creed Odyssey, hell of a game. It's a masterpiece. It's $1 million. If you haven't tried it, man, go out there and try this game, because I'm telling you right now, man, this game will have you, it'll keep you playing all the way into next year, probably into 2020. This game is that good. The longevity is that big, and the world is huge. This is a very huge world. Even the huge open world is underrated. And don't listen to the BS criticism when people say that, oh, there's nothing to do in this game. Nah, that's just, you know, typical trash Ubisoft hate. I don't know where it comes from. There is a lot to do in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, man. This game is the real deal here. So don't listen to that BS criticism, because there's a lot to do in this game. The world is huge, man. It's just so much going on in this world, man. It'll keep you on your toes, man. So, you know, that's what I wanted to get off of my chest about Assassin's Creed Odyssey, just to get that word out there that this is a masterpiece. And if you're interested in checking out my progressional upload videos of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I have that on my content on my channel. You can check that out. Like and comment down below. Until next time, this is Demetrius. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.